Hey guys, quick little video here. We've got this old Trumpy, little bobber, kind of ratty, punky little geezer kind of vibe going on. We've just got to do a little sissy bar on it. So this one's actually for like a swing arm bike, but we can use this to mock up. So as you can see, we need to extend this fender. So I've got an idea to extend this end. We're going to shift it back a bit, bend up a sissy. I'm all out of gas on the oxy, so we'll have to do it with map gas, which takes a little bit longer, but I owe the gas company too much money, so not ready to pay my bill there yet. Anyway, let's get stuck into it. This fender's quite short. I've got this idea to extend the front section, and we've got a lot of alloy parts here. So I'm gonna try and just find a little alloy fender piece and kind of cut a little piece out of it and shape it in there. Found that little bit of alloy fender. So we're going to join these two just to give us a bit more extension. But before we do that, I want to actually build the sissy bar. So the material I'll be using for the sissy bar is this 14mm 316 stainless. And being a rat kind of bike, we're going to give it a bit of a patina just so it doesn't look so new. And sometimes I do these sissy bars out of 16mm. Generally, if they're on a Harley, a big twin, that'd all be 16. But this bike being a bit smaller tube on the frame, just overall a bit smaller, I find that the chunkier ones look a bit too much. So let's bend this. Bend number one. Righto, let's just do a bit of mocking up, but first, got to level up this bike. That way, we can make sure the sissy bar's going to be straight. So here we can kind of get a feel for it. We are going to do the kickback. So the next step is to actually put the kickback in it. Because once we put the other bends into it for the fender, it's going to make it really hard to do that little kickback on the top. So let's do that now. this is where our fender's gonna sit, just in there. So we're gonna put another 4 bends into it. So we're gonna kick it out there and then bend it back in. All right, this is where we are. We've got the kickback and the nice little fender kick out there. Right, now we just got to chuck another little bend in it here, another little dog leg, because on the left side we've got the chain drive, and these Triumphs, they're pretty offset, the sissy bars, so it won't be a symmetrical bar, but it'll be symmetrical from about here up. So I actually turned these up the other day. Just a couple of stainless bungers. So I've got some longer ones down the bottom, and then I've got some shorter ones for up top off the fender. And it's going to be time to join these two together. Alright, now I'm just going to drill that out there, bang bang, chuck those bolts back in, and then we'll be able to just relieve that a bit. I'll make a little tool just to press that out so we can get the sissy just dropping down there nicely. So that's kind of mocked up there. I'm actually going to offset the little bungs just forward on the fender. So I'm going to make an indentation into the fender there so I can lift the whole thing up and it'll look really nice and tight. These bolts are going to get continued down there just to carry on with the seam. So that worked out pretty good. You can see that little relief there. We're going to get these bungs, weld them on there, just snug that over a bit and then weld her up. And then that's it. Let's get this little plate and tail light thing happening. I'm just about to weld on the mount for the brake light and for the plate that's been supplied, but have a go at how on the piece that is, it's so not in the middle. The same with this, wonky as, which means I'm gonna have to have it all offset up here. But before we weld it in, we have to drill and countersink it. Yeah, just about to weld in the support there. It's going to mount to here with the original bracket, and then I'm going to do a stitch or 2 stitches there, couple of tack welds there, and then a couple of bits of flat bar to do holes there, so it'll be all nice and solid. Just don't want it to crack. Number 4. This is one I worked out. We're just gonna, I've wiped it down with acetone. I'm just gonna give it a little bit of heat, get some of the moisture out of that stainless. And look, guys, this is supposed to be a finish that looks old and, you know, has like chips and wears and stuff on it. I don't want to hear how, oh no, you can't paint stainless like that or whatever. The idea is that as it scratches and gets a bit of wear and tear on it, that you see the stainless come through, and it just looks like a bit old and crappy, and that's kind of what we're going for with this bike. Personally, I hate it when people have like a rusty mild steel sissy bar on there. The good thing about this being stainless, and the reason that I did it like this, was obviously so that it doesn't rust, so that it lasts a while. So Let's see how we're going here. Fuck all. So we can even kind of heat it a bit unevenly for this patina effect. So let's heat it up quite a bit here. We'll heat it up quite a bit here. And we'll heat it up quite a bit here. And then up here. Alright, now I've got this Duplicolor high heat exhaust paint. We'll just give it a bit of a dusting with that. Like, it doesn't really matter if the idea is that we're not doing a consistent coat, so we want to get it thicker in some areas and thinner in others. Oh, Jesus Christ, it is very hot there. All right, now I can turn it around. Okay, spray the other side. Just kind of patchy. That's what we want. See how there's like a bit more stainless bits coming through there. Alright. So that's the first step. I'm not going to add any polishing compound. This is the kind of matte kind of finish we've got at the moment. Alright, now let's get the clean on. Okay. There we see what I call patina number 4 on stainless. You know, like on an old bike like this, you don't always want a brand new looking sissy bar on the back, so there we have patina number 4. It's actually quite hard wearing. Alright folks, we've got our bits here. We've got the fender all reinforced, just touched up, and just the paint made to look a little bit ratty. And we've got the sissy bar with the tail light and the license plate with the patina on it. It's looking really good. So all we've got left to do now is bolt it up.